Just like Jamie, I'm also very tired, not only because we've been working in the conference venues till early mornings, but also I've been without food for the last 10 days, fasting in support with the Philippines, which tells you the importance of the issue. And my figure is getting better as a positive thing. Just a bit of background about him, because I think it's more relevant to the people here from Poland. Before I was the CAN director, Climate Action Network, which is an international network of more than 850 organizations working on climate change. I am from the Arab region, and I established a small NGOs there with 3 people. And the first objective we decided to do is we're going to reverse the position of the Arab region on climate change. And for those who don't know the position of the Arab region on climate change, well, imagine Saudi Arabia, which the percentage of, and many countries in the Gulf, the percentage of their economy coming out of oil, they depend more on fossil fuels than Poland depends on coal by far. And their position, actually their official position in the beginning was that we need to stop any ambition taken by other countries. So they had actually upper limits for emission reduction that other countries can take instead of lower emissions, which other countries wanted. And they really are obstructionists. So they wanted the process to fail, they wanted everything to fail, and somehow they're succeeding. But when we started as 3 people, a lot of people around us said that's impossible for 3 people actually to change the Arab position. The Arab region, I know you've seen it a lot in the news, there's little freedom, there's no free media at all. In most of the countries, you cannot register an NGO. We are full of political conflicts, so the media is already, and people are really occupied by wars and conflicts and violence. So how can we capture the attention of politicians and change the position? I don't want to make the whole intervention around the campaign, but we were able, as 3 individuals, to run a very successful campaign isolating Saudi Arabia. When Saudi Arabia and the negotiations speak, usually other countries around them, they take the microphone and support it directly. So Kuwait would take the microphone, I support Saudi Arabia. UAE takes the microphone, and I support Saudi Arabia. So we started this bombarding Saudi Arabia, shaming and blaming them, making them look like a bad wolf, so that the countries around them, because it's very hard to change the position of Saudi Arabia, but other countries were a bit afraid being perceived as similar to Saudi Arabia, so they took a step back. So by that, we weakened Saudi Arabian position, and at the same time, we were able to convince Lebanon and UAE to have a more progressive position, which completely changed the Arab position. And actually, even after a year, the Saudi Arabian delegation was changed. The heads of the Saudi Arabian delegation were changed, and new people came with a completely new rhetoric. And last year, when the COP was in Doha, we created the Arab Youth Climate Movement, which really pushed the Arab countries to start taking climate change seriously. And for the first time, several Arab countries started putting programs to put commitments and reducing their emissions in the near future. So it seemed impossible, but history has taught us that change is easier than we thought. Another example I'm going to give you also from my region is the Arab Spring. If you went to Egypt 5 minutes before the revolution started and asked anyone on the street, any Egyptian, so when do you think the Mubarak regime will fall? They will tell you, oh, are you dreaming, man? Never. It never will happen. It's impossible. Even the movement in Egypt that was fighting for changing the regime was campaigning to make sure that Mubarak's son doesn't take his place. They weren't even campaigning to remove Mubarak because they thought it's politically impossible. 5 minutes after asking this question, the revolution happened and Mubarak was removed. So tipping points, we think that we are smart. We do these analyses, we do media analysis, we do political analysis, and we think we can figure out how politics tick. And actually we don't. what is important, and I think what's a success in the campaign in the Arab region is that, one, we decided we don't want to do this campaign. Impossible, not impossible. We think it can be done. There is a potential to be done. Then not stopping, continuously at it. And actually, that's what is taken. I was reading, I was watching one of the TEDx presentations, and it was about a study, what's the main reason for success in school, in business, in life, in everything. And her study found out it's not IQ, okay? It's not anything related to discipline. What actually found the main reason for success is grit, which is having the courage to stand up and continue with full motivation and dedication to achieve something. And this is the reason for any success that can happen. Even all entrepreneurs, you see someone comes up with an idea and this idea becomes a $100 billion idea or something like this. And when you talk to them, is that you learn that they've tried 1,000 ideas before. So for Poland, I think, yes, there is a reality, political reality and economic reality. There are many studies that show that you can easily shift the economy into having still a successful economy out of coal, especially that most fossil fuel industries, not in Poland, already investing in renewable energy. So it's easy to start shifting the workforce from the coal mining, from the coal industry into other forms of jobs. It should be a national strategy. This way you don't get this resistance from the coal miners and those who really think that there is no other alternative. We need to change their minds for them to see the other alternative, especially that actually coal mining is very dangerous and unhealthy job. I think if they get an alternative that provides better money and better health, they will run for it. But it's important to start the movement and to start pushing for change, and I think it's very possible. I just want to have two general comments about our work in Cannes. We are very known for engaging in this process. We are the policy experts and who engage and knows every word and every technical thing. The problem is not the process. The process is great. The process is needed. And if anyone in the venue or comes here to this process and tells you, I don't believe in the process, then tell them, why did you come? Imagine this process doesn't exist. I don't think climate change would have been a political priority on many, many countries. And you can use the process in many ways. And this is where our strategy in Cannes is to link the international with the national. The international process captures political will. That's what it does. Whatever political will it is, it's actually a really good process in capturing political will. The problem, political will doesn't happen. So during the year, when we're reaching to a COP, we need to campaign to create political will. And then in the international process, you need to capture that political will. So because we're capturing political will in this process, the process is working. What is not working actually is campaigning in capitals and changing positions of capitals. And this is where we are now investing in our regional networks to create political will to change on the national and international, linking them together. Thank you.